super excited. Today we're talking about pets and using essential oils to support the health of your pets. So, you know, the health of the immune system of your pet, the fur, the coat, the paws, the teeth, the breath. Who's got a dog with dog breath? Okay, so I'm gonna give you lots of hints and tips about different animals. We'll talk about safe dilution. Now, this is a really new area for me because guess what? I'm so excited. We're getting a puppy at the end of August. The puppy has been born. We still haven't chosen the puppy, but it's a Staffordshire Labrador cross. And so this is a new thing for us. We've been holding off on getting a pet for a long time because we haven't really been settled with all the traveling around we've been doing. So it's a real signifier. It's a real symbol of settling down. And my sons have been at me for years to get a dog. But we're not only getting one pet, we're getting two. We're getting a fish and a dog. All right, so we've got lots to go through. So if you've got any questions, if you've got specific questions about your pets, if you have a cat or a dog or a bird or a fish or a snake, whatever, let me know your specific questions, because on this amazing device, my mobile phone, I have an app called Droply. And if you are already a customer of mine and I have not sent you the link to Droply, this is a really good way of searching. And there's a whole category on animals. So I'm going to have a good look at that. And if there's any specific questions as we're going through, let me know, because I can look it up. Because being a new area, I don't know a lot about oils and pets, but I do know a lot about safety and dilution and using the oils for cellular harmony and mitochondria and the immune system and digestive support. That is my area of specialty. And I am amazed that a lot of my clients say that they use the oils for their pets. And I've got one particular client that has a couple of dogs and 3 horses, and she uses them all the time to support the dogs and the horses as well as the kids. So we can use the oils to support all the members of the family at whatever age, but we can also use them to support our pets. Now, the Droply app is a great way of being able to search on your phone for different ailments, A to Z, over 600 ailments, over 600 different protocols that you can use for your health. So, Joe, if I haven't already sent you that, please give me a message in that and I'll send it to you after this class. This Droply app, I pay for it so you don't have to. So you're saving $9 or $10 or something. Okay, that Droply app is basically the entire contents of this book, which is Advanced Oil Magic, 600 Ailments, Lifestyle Protocols, etc. That's basically all of that book in a little app on your telephone. So it's really handy when you're out and about or you've got some sort of issue that has come up. And some of the categories include uses and ailments, babies and children, the body system, so supporting the endocrine or the respiratory or the digestive system or the cardiovascular system, cleaning and garden, cooking, diffuser recipes. So if you're not really sure about how to create that beautiful base, mid and top note blends in your diffusers, you can look up diffuser recipes on there. You can look up emotions. So if you're feeling sad or overwhelmed or stressed, you can look that up. You can look up men's health, pregnancy, skincare, sports and fitness, weight release, and women's health. And that's all available on your phone. And that is just one of the perks of having a membership with doTERRA. And so if you haven't got yourself a kit yet, now is a really good time because it's BOGO week. And BOGO week happens 4 times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. And this week has been massive in Australia because it was a BOGO box week, which you purchased 7 oils and you got 9 for free. Now, that's massive because guess what? It's sold out. In 2 days, it's sold out. So that's incredible. But today's offer is you buy Peace and you get Forgive free, and they're both from the emotional kit. And let me read to you what is in both of those, because they're beautiful. And these can definitely be used with your pets. So I did start using some of the oils with my mum's dog, and she was quite old. She was 15 years old, and she had, she was losing the back of your legs, and she had arthritis, and she had often she would, puke up her food. She wasn't really that well in the end. So we did use copaiba and frankincense and digestion to support her in her final months, which was very empowering to be able to support the dog through the pain and the final months, and bring, just peace and harmony to those last few months. And peace is a great one. So my mum loves peace. That was her first oil, and she uses it in her prayer group, but it was also really nice to diffuse with the dog. And listen to what's in this: is vetiver, lavender flower, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, spearmint, and so that's a beautiful combination. So it's very sweet, rich, and minty, and it helps with feelings of peace and reassurance and contentment. So if you've got a very nervous dog, then that would be a really good one. I'm talking mostly about dogs because that's what I'm going to be getting, but let me know what other pets you've got. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what animals you've got in the house, and so we can guide you as to what is safe and what is unsafe to use. Okay, so the free oil today in Australia is Forgive. So when you buy Peace, which is $43, you will get Forgive for free, which is $35. So you'll get that for free. And listen to what's in this: juniper berry, myrrh, ancient healing oil, arbor vitae wood, which is incredible. It's also in the Terra Shield, which is great for pets, bugs and ticks. And arbor vitae is this incredible tree that grows to help protect other trees in the wood. Nuktul tree wood is another beautiful tree oil. Thyme and citronella. So that is very herbaceous, fresh and woody, and they're both combined, those both beautiful oils. Now, Forgive I have used a lot in my healing journey, just to forgive and be compassionate towards the younger version of myself who probably didn't make the healthiest choices in life. So certainly that's been able to help me deal with those negative emotions and feel grounded and more content and more supportive in my environment. Okay, so let's talk specifically about animals. There are some oils that you shouldn't use with your pets, and there are some oils that you will derive great benefit from using with your pets. So remember, again, not all essential oils are the same, and doTERRA is very different from other oil companies in the way that they are 100% pure and safe. Other oil companies will say that they're 100% pure, but they're not. And the way that doTERRA proves that they are 100% pure, that each bottle has a batch number on it, and that you'll be able to track how it's been tested. So, all of the oils are tested 9 times internally in the company and 5 times externally to make sure that they are the most pure and potent oils on the planet. Okay, so, right, now, you can diffuse your oils around pets. Essential oils are highly concentrated, okay, and they're very potent. Now, pets have million more olfactory receptors than what we do. So naturally, they're going to be sensitive to essential oils. So diffusing around your pets is a great way for them to benefit from the oils on a regular basis. As long as you have a door that is left open. So if a cat particularly is able to leave the room, cats are particularly sensitive to tea tree oil. It doesn't mean that you cannot diffuse tea tree oil with your cat around, but as long as the cat is able to leave the room, like I wouldn't, enclose, like in my office space, it's quite a small office, and I could diffuse in my office. But if I had my door closed and I had a cat in the room, then that may be detrimental to the cat. So making sure that they can always leave the room. And cats are very self-selective. They like to just, take themselves off if there's something that they don't like. Now, using Having essential oils on your hands and then patting your pet is a great way to allow the oils to be absorbed into your pet topically. And this is a very common application. So you can massage the ears of your pet, and that's a really good way to get the oils into them. Also, patting them down the spine is a very good way. So, of course, like humans, we keep the oils away from our eyes, and especially peppermint or deep blue, you wouldn't want that in your eyes, and of course, you wouldn't want that in the eyes of your pet. So, but if you're using tea tree oil, I did have an example of a client who cleaned her stairs using tea tree oil, and the cat likes to sit on the stairs, so the cat did go a bit psycho, and started running around the house. It wasn't dangerous to the cat, but the cat did feel a little bit distressed during that time, and she wasn't home at the time. So it was obvious that the cat had been running around the house because they had tea tree on their paws. So if you're using the oils in cleaning and you have a cat, I would avoid using tea tree, but you could rotate that out with lemon or spearmint. Okay, now it is extremely rare that pets will be adversely affected. Most adverse reactions are due to oils that may be undiluted. So certainly, if you notice an unusual reaction to the oils, so if they were looking like they were distressed or drooling or squinting or rubbing their face or shaking, then seek veterinary attention. But certainly diluting your oils to make sure that it's not dangerous for them. Okay, now we've heard of course a lot about citrus oils, pine oils, and tea tree oil with particular reference to cats. There's no science backing us that they are dangerous to cats. However, the cat lacks the liver enzyme important to metabolize certain things. So it really isn't a bad idea to use more caution when it comes to using oils with your cats around, but certainly making sure they're diluted will be important. Now, there is extra caution around a few certain oils with cats. So Melaleuca or tea tree, birch, wintergreen, and peppermint, and any of the hot oils like oregano or thyme cats are particularly sensitive to. So once again, make sure you keep your diffuser in a safe space where it can't be easily knocked over by a pet, and that will make sure that you're probably only using a smaller amount if you do have pets in the house, and don't leave them alone in the house with the diffuser going, because they may knock it over or they may get access to the oils. So think about pets in relation to your children and safe storage of oils as well. Okay, what else can I tell you? Right, I think I've got a little bit of a... Okay, so I've got a few different things that you can use instead of tea tree for your pets. You could use, instead of tea tree, you could use geranium, arbor vitae, or myrrh or cedarwood. And I think if you dilute even further, so what I will do is I'll put in the comments, I'll put a dilution guide, because it would very much depend on the size of your pet. So smaller dogs and cats, you would more heavily dilute than larger dogs and cats. So instead of, particularly with cats, instead of wintergreen, you could use copaiba and frankincense, which are both very good for pain. So if you've got an animal that has arthritis, or they're weak in the back legs or something, they're getting quite old, then copaiba and frankincense are a very good way to support that. And instead of cassia, you could use On Guard as a really good way to certainly keep the air clean and free from any airborne pathogens, but also supporting the internal use of oils with your dogs and cats. Okay, so here's some really good specific oils for different purposes. So for cardiovascular support, copaiba and marjoram, very, very good. For digestive support, the Digestion is fantastic. So ginger, cardamom, fennel, coriander, they're all really good. And you can put 1 drop in the food. For endocrine support, for the endocrine system, myrrh, again, amazing ancient healing oil. Lemongrass and geranium, amazing. For immune support, copaiba again. Copaiba is such an amazing oil. Support the central nervous system, but very supportive for your own joints and the joints of your pets. What else? Musculoskeletal support. Again, copaiba, frankincense and copaiba and marjoram. These ones keep coming up, so maybe they're good ones to put on your wish list. To support the nervous system. So if you've got a really skitsy, nervous sort of cat or a dog, again, copaiba. Turmeric is a really good one. And doTERRA Balance, the Balance blend, does exactly what it says. So having that, rubbing that on the soles of your feet and also on the paws of your pet is very good to support the calming of the dog. So my mum got a beautiful border collie from rescue, and you know, when she first arrived, she was undernourished. Her coat was looking really tatty and knotty and dull, and she was so freaked out. Like walking down to the rock pool, a car would go past and she'd freak out, or someone would be holding an umbrella and she'd freak out, or a stroller, someone pushing a stroller or a pushchair, and she'd freak out. And so she was really, really nervous. So mum started just diffusing on guard in the room, diffusing copaiba, putting 1 drop of frankincense in her food. And, 3 months later, and she looks so different. Her coat is just beautiful and shiny. She's super calm. She loves going for her walks down in the rock pool. She's much more calm around other dogs. So, really support, that feeling of nurturing and supporting the pets. Fantastic results. Urinary tract support, copaiba again. Copaiba is fantastic. Juniper berry, lemongrass, really good. Okay, let me see if you've got any questions. Okay. Right. So dogs and thunderstorms. That's a classic, isn't it? So I'm going to just have a look up on the Droply app, type under animals, and then I'll go to animals and anxiety. And we have here a few different blends. Now, the Droply app is really good because every blend gets upvoted, and I can see that this one here, the Storm Calming Blend, has 22 upvotes. It's the most popular, and that is 2 drops of patchouli and 1 drop of Roman chamomile. And to put that in the diffuser near the dog, once they start seeing, once you start to feel a thunderstorm coming near, and also so diffusing that with your dog, but also then putting the restful blend, which is Serenity, which has Roman chamomile and lavender in it, and rubbing that on your hands and rubbing it down on their chest and massaging their ears. So that's a really good way of calming your dog. Let's see what this one says. Oh, this one's interesting. This has got 1 to 2 drops of vetiver, and it says to allow the horse or the dog to smell your hand first, and often they'll start licking your hand. If it's something that they really like, they'll start licking it. But if they turn their head and they walk away, then it's maybe not the right blend for them. But this is interesting. So vetiver is also in the restful blend that has Roman chamomile, vetiver, and lavender in it. So it's called Lavender Peace. Is a beautiful, beautiful blend. Great for a good night's sleep. So that's really good for anxiety in animals as well. Let's see travel calm. So if you have to take your dog to the vet and they don't travel very well, or you're going on a holiday, then wiping this over the head and the neck of the animal, and this is the Balance blend. So that's again really calming for yourself, but also calming for your pet. So there's lots of ideas there. Here's another one for storms, the Storm blend. 3 drops of clary sage, 1 drop of lavender, and 2 drops of the grounding blend, which is the Balance, with fractionated coconut oil. and you could put it in a roller bottle, and you could rub that onto the top of their ears, the top of the head, the spine, and the bottom of the back paws. Well, there you go. So that's really interesting. And look what you could do. So a really good blend for ticks and bites. You get yourself a little spray bottle like this, and you can make up this blend. So TerraShield, 30 drops of TerraShield, 30 drops of peppermint, 20 drops of cedarwood, and 20 drops of lemongrass. And you can make that up in a bottle with distilled water and just spray that on their coat. So that's a really good way if you live out in the bush and they're really prone to getting ticks, or wherever you go walking and they're in the bush, if they get prone to ticks, you could spray that on them. That's really good. Okay, what else? What else is good for pets? Look, arthritis. Arthritis is really common in animals and also, of course, with humans. So calming down inflammation in the joints is very, very important, and supporting them with the pain protocol. So this one must be popular. It's had 81 votes. Grounding blend again, so the balance blend. 1 drop of cypress, 1 drop of lemongrass, 1 drop of marjoram, 1 dime-sized blob of deep blue rub, right? So the deep blue rub that you can use on humans, which is amazing, you can use on the dog or your cat. Well, and 1 drop of wintergreen. So I probably wouldn't use that on the cat, but certainly dogs and horses. Amazing. Does anyone have any unusual animals that they want to know anything about? Look, you can do when you've got aches. This blend is for aches, arthritis, fibromyalgia, inflammation, joint pain, muscle pain, neck pain, sprain pain. So that's a really good blend. So the grounding blend, so balance, cypress, lemongrass, marjoram, wintergreen, and even the copaiba soft gel. So you can use the supplements, so digestive enzymes, or the lifelong vitality pack, the vitamins, minerals, and the omega oils, and the CRS, which is the cellular energy system. You can actually break those capsules open, just pull them apart, and put them into your pet's food. So you could be doing 1 of those a day. So the dose for you is 2 a day, and the dose for your pet is 1 a day. So you could break it open and put it in their food, and that really supports the cardiovascular system, the immune system, longevity. So it'd probably save you a packet on your vet bills. I'm about to experience all of that. Okay, so that's really interesting. What else have we got? Oh, look, we've got constipation in animals. Like in humans, this is also the DigestZen blend. So putting that in 1 drop in the food can really help if an animal is constipated or if they've got a stomach bug. Ear infections or fleas. Let's look at fleas. Okay, again, the bug off spray. So arbor vitae, which is brilliant. It's in the TerraShield blend, which is fantastic for mosquitoes. Rosemary, eucalyptus, and lemongrass. So you could, again, make up a spray bottle like this, and it's 10 drops arbor vitae, 15 rosemary, 10 eucalyptus, and 10 lemongrass. So that's really interesting that you could fleas and ticks, lavender and cedarwood for fleas and ticks. So there's a whole world. Flea wash, lemongrass, lavender, eucalyptus. So we're seeing some of the oils repeated here. There's even a blend for heartworm, mange, oral care, parasites. Fantastic. So there's a lot in here. Snake bites. Oh, goodness. Wounds. There we go. Look, rejuvenating wounds. Now, this is the same for us. I know that I used this very similar blend when I had my bunion surgery. Okay, 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of helichrysum, which is such a strong oil, my goodness. It's so, so good. 1 teaspoon of colloidal silver, 100% pure aloe vera gel, and a glass spray bottle. So putting that into a spray bottle and giving it a good shake, and spraying that on. Now, this is from a source called Essential Vet. So there are vets out there that are incorporating the oils into their protocols and to their healing. Both your dogs eat lemongrass. Fantastic. I bet that's amazing for their gut. Isn't that interesting that they're self-selecting? Aren't they clever little things? Nicole, have you started using your oils for your pets yet? So I think that, have a little explore of that Droply app. It's such a good app. The other Bible that I use, there's two books that I look at all the time. Modern Essentials Handbook and this Advanced Oil Magic. They're probably my two go-tos for all of my protocols. And in this Modern Essentials book, there's a whole section on horses, hoof rot, leg fractures, parasites, earaches in dogs, bone injuries, dermatitis, skin issues. A lot of pets have skin issues in foster because of the sand and the sand flies, and so there'll be something for that, for calming down the skin. Sandalwood and frankincense. Coughs and colds in animals. Oh, how cute. Oh, wow. Coughs and colds. Oh, dogs, anxiety, nervousness. Yeah, again, that restful blend. So lavender peace, lavender and grounding blend, which is balance. So there we go. That's a whole new world for me. And sleep, restful blend again, serenity, lavender peace and lavender on the paws and on the stomach. Wow. And you can do ticks and bites. You can do purify directly on a tick and dilute and then apply to the wound. But you can actually put one drop of purify directly on a tick. So if they end up with a tick stuck in their ear or whatever, then that's a really good way. Not actually applying it in the ear, but the outside of the ear. So there we go. That's a whole new world for me. I'm super excited by that. Super excited by BOGO week. That's always just like, whoa. Very, very exciting. So if you haven't had a chance to order a kit yet, this week is a great week to get started because you get free oils. So reach out to me if you're watching and you haven't, or look, Nicole, if you know there's someone that you know that would like to get their hands on their oils, this is a really good week to do that. And it's a very limited, it's a very time sensitive offer because it's only for 1 week. And they happen about 4 times a year. So always look out for those because it's a really good opportunity to stock up on oils that you wouldn't normally buy or that you don't already have. So there we go. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much. I'm very grateful for your tuning in. So if you're watching on replay, just type replay. And if you've got any questions, you can type them in the group and I'll keep an eye on that. I just pop in there a couple of times a week just to see if there's any questions, or reach out to me directly. And if you want to get started, then this is a great week to do that. So just send me a personal message and we can organize a call and we get you started. And then you get things like the app and you get me as your support person and you get access to all this amazing ongoing training. We have Oil Camp and then we have continued education series of free webinars where you get to learn more about the oils and supporting your whole family, your whole life. Thank you so much for tuning in and we'll see you next week. Okay.